Hello kiters. Today I'm going to show you how to make a line set out of Q power. Line. This is Q power. As you might know, there's a core around the line. What this means is you can't splice it. You must knot it. And the typical knot is you take your Q power like this and then do a figure 8 like that and make a loop. That's Q power. Now here I have a section of 12 strand. Now 12 strand is different. 12 strand you can splice, and let me go ahead and splice a section right now. So I got my fid. For Q power, the core is straight and all the coating is just there to prevent abrasion. That's why it's pretty nice. But I'm going to show you something that's a bit annoying when you can only use knots. Now I'm just doing this splice for demonstration, so I'm not going to do a lock splice, Brummel, or I'm not going to taper it. What the things I usually do. Just going to make it super quick. So that's a class 1 splice. And that's how you splice. That's your Q power. But what's the difference when they go through a safety? So when the safety line pretend this is your line and twister, whatever it is. There's sometimes a little ball like this. Ozone used to have those, but they can also just be a hole or a part of a swivel. Could be anything. So you have your flag outline right here, and your larks had your flag outline like this. Now on a kite, what happens is you hit the quick release. The bar, this is right above the bar where the V is, shoots all the way up. Shoots 10 meters, maybe it goes all the way to the kite. It's no problem, right? That's a 12 strand spliced line. That's a typical kite line. Now let's try it with the Q power. Now, watch what happens when the bar shoots up. It hits the knot and it stops. Now one way you can deal with this is you can move the knot down here so that you build the line while you're putting the line on the kite, and you tie the knot afterwards. But then you can't make a line set in advance, which is what I'm doing right now. So the solution is, you see this loop? You make that loop 10 meters long. That way, when the bar goes up on the flag outline, it'll shoot all the way up to where it wants to go. There's a knot here, knot here. That's the rear line, that's fine. There's a loop here. That's my flag outline, and a knot here, knot here. And this distance has to be whatever the width of your kite is, your biggest kite. Kite width. I just set it to 10 because I have some 21 meter kites, but if you have small kites, you can make this much smaller. So that's the flag outline right there. Then there's the other center line and the other rear line. Now These are all going to be equal length. And you can make this in advance for your Q power. The only weird thing is the flag outline right here is going to have a super long loop. And that's how you do it. I'm going to get started making some loops and show you one thing you got to be careful of. Now when you make your loop, the most important thing for Q power is you can't get these lines to cross each other. Got to make sure they're all properly lined up. So I'm going to do a loop here, figure 8. And when you look at it, you pull it tight, slowly, and then it should be like a perfect little croissant. Inside the knot, the lines cross like that. Make it cross like that. If you put any load on your Q power, it's going to break. The lines have to be parallel all the way through your figure 8 knot. You got to take a look at these lines. Make sure that it never crosses like that. If it crosses like that, just undo the knot, do it again. Look at your knots carefully. Make sure they're not crossed anywhere. That's where you get the strength of the Q power, because all the knots are aligned and the core has distance between each part of the spectra, and so there's distance, and that means that it doesn't get the knotting loss of strength that you typically get if you knot 12 strain lined. Now you can see my line sets. So I've got 4 line sets right here, and all of them are normal except for this one. And you see this one goes a long way. You can go as far as you want. If you have small kites, make a small loop. Now the last thing you have to know about Q power: you need to put pigtails on the end, because if you keep on taking the lines on and off, it'll abrade the outer part and expose the raw core. So just put pigtails on the end. So I found one of my bars, the line was kind of furry, so I threw it out, and I'm putting on the new line set that I just made, and equal lines, just threw it on exactly as normal. It should just be exactly the same as any other line set. And let's check. And there you go. And if I throw the safety, and there you go, slides up just the same. So I had the line set ready and swapped it in, and I'm ready to go. Ready to kite right away. You swap it in just like a regular line set.